Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I am Crispy and today we are back on my fall island of Mosshaven. So this island is part of Crossing Maniac's Halloween challenge. It is a 3-month design challenge in which you can pick builds from either fall or Halloween, and I chose the mix it up option where I pick builds from both. This island is also part of Kaylee Games' Friendsgiving collaboration. So Kaylee Games put together a collaboration called Friendsgiving. She asked some of her content creator friends to join in this collaboration with her, and it is also a community event. So you can also participate if you want, and so the link to both Stacy's Halloween challenge and the Friendsgiving collaboration will be in the description below. Last episode we worked on this pumpkin patch, which was a required build for both the Friendsgiving collaboration and the Halloween challenge. We also did this pumpkin contest, which was part of the required builds for the Friendsgiving collaboration. Today what I want to work on is this area beside Nooks. And look, Nooks upgraded finally after I had already done the build. I was trying to get this to update last time and it wouldn't, and of course as soon as I do the build it upgrades. But I put these planks down here beside Nooks because I thought this would be a good place to put a farmer's market. A market is required for both the Friendsgiving collaboration harvest market and also for the Halloween challenge. So I wanted to designate an area for that, and so I'm going to do it over here beside Nooks. I just thought that there might be a farmer's market outside of the shop and it makes sense to have it by the pumpkin patch and the pumpkin contest. So this is where we're gonna put it, and so I have a whole bunch of items in my pockets and we're gonna get started and see how it goes. So for the farmer's market build, I started out just adding some storefronts like I had on the other side with the pumpkin contest. I used the yellow ones again. At first I had put them down way too far forward and there wasn't going to be space for the stalls and the items in the front, so I did have to pull them back a bit, but I just put the storefronts in the back and then I added the stalls to the front and some party lights arches, and I looked around for some inspiration for a farmer's market build and there was so many out there, and so I just took some inspiration and some items from this one and that one, and it just helped me come up with what food to grab and what items to grab. But I don't even know if I've ever been to a farmer's market before. Have you ever been to a farmer's market? Let me know in the comments below. But I would imagine that there would be a bunch of different stalls with like fresh produce that you could buy, and you know, jars of homemade goods and stuff like that. Not all of the same items would be in the game, but of course the cornucopia looks so fall and so perfect for this theme, and so I added that and a cash register, and then I just added some food items like some homemade baked goods like breads, and I added some of the jarred foods like the pickled veggies, and I wanted to add some different heights of the containers like the barrels, and I wanted to add a few of the shorter items to the front of the build. I almost forgot that, but I did have like a basket and like a shopping basket where you could, you know, shop and fill up your goods and then pay. And then I had this bottle crate with some decorative bottles, and I almost forgot to add that to the build, but I did come back and add that later on. And I got this custom design code off of Pinterest for a farmer's market build. So I think I just replaced a code that I wasn't using and that I didn't think I would use. It was like a pumpkin code for like a pumpkin truck, and I was gonna add that to my pumpkin patch build, but I was just afraid that a truck would be too town core or city core, and I'm trying to do more of a natural island, so I didn't know if a pumpkin truck would make sense, and so I didn't end up adding that to the pumpkin patch. And so I just decided to save over that code and get the farmer's market sign, so that you'd know what this build was, although I think it is pretty self-explanatory. But it did not take me too long at all to do this build, and so I decided to just keep going and keep decorating. And I thought about what else to put in this area, and then I decided to add an orchard to the left side of this farmer's market, because I thought when we've gone to pumpkin patches before with our family, we've seen some farms and they have like farmers markets set up, and they have orchards sometimes on the farm. So it just made sense to me to put a orchard beside the farmers market. And for the fruit trees, I decided to add the oranges and the pears because they were in the same color scheme of my island. Normally I'd probably go with like apples or something more fall like that, but since I didn't have red anywhere else on this island, I decided to go with oranges and pears. I wish that we had more options for fruit in this game, and I wish there was like maybe some green apples, like Granny Smith apples. That would be so cute if we had some of those. But I just put the party lights arches between the fruit trees, and I had 2 rows of the fruit trees at first, and then I went in and added a third. And I love using the party lights arches between the fruit trees. I just think it adds such a cute touch. I just love it. And I put the in-game pathing down in between the fruit trees because I didn't have a dirt path saved on this island, and so I thought that it needed some kind of a dirt path between the rows of trees, because I just thought the grass would be worn away and there would be worn track of dirt going through the fruit trees. And then I just started adding some little details like the cardboard boxes with the fruits on them and the wooden buckets. And I always forget when I put the spooky lanterns down that I need to turn them around so that the face isn't showing. I really love how they look like just a pumpkin sitting on top of a little hay bale, and that's what you would see in a farmer's market or orchard or pumpkin patch, and so I did want to make sure that I turned it around. But I also added some step ladders around. I love using step ladders in my orchard builds because I just think that it adds a cute little detail. And then I remembered that I hadn't added my shopping basket or my bottle crate to the farmer's market. But I would love to know if you guys are participating in the Friendsgiving collaboration, or if you're participating in the Halloween challenge, or if you're just doing a fall island right now, since it is now September. I would love to know if you're working on one, so please let me know in the comments below. But now I'm just going to add a third row of fruit trees. I could have even added a fourth. I think there would have been room here. So if you think I should add another row to this build of fruit trees, let me know in the comments below. I never know when to stop. I just added the third layer of the fruit trees, and then I thought that the orchard looked pretty cute and complete, but I totally could have had room to add another row to the side here. And after I finished my orchard area, then I decided to put a hayfield and some bales of hay, and I decided to make a hayride because one of the required builds for the following challenge for the fall section is a hayride. And so I've never done a hayride before. I wasn't exactly sure how to do a hayride, but I looked around for some ideas and some inspiration, and I saw a few different ones. So there was some with like bales, the hay bales, and I guess they're called hay beds in the game. And then there was some with like tractors or the covered wagons or the little ride-on pony horse thingy, springy ride-on, I think that's what it's called. So I wasn't sure exactly what I wanted, but I thought for a fall farm harvest market area that a tractor made more sense. So after I put my path down connecting my orchard to the farmer's market, then I decided to start on the hayfield. And I did not have a path that was like, that looked like a hayfield. So I decided to just use the in-game path again and just do some rows of the light dirt and the dark dirt. And I thought that that kind of looked like farmland. So I was just filling in some of the filler area beside the build, and then I started in with the in-game pathing. I hope that this build is not blocked too much by the cliff that's in front of it. I hope you can still see it pretty well. I wanted to fence in this hayfield, and I thought that it would fill in this area nicely. I thought it would go well with an orchard build and a farmer's market, pumpkin patch. They're all right here. I'll probably do my harvest parade, or what, the float that I'm supposed to do for the Friendsgiving collaboration. I'll probably do that behind the orchard next time because it also kind of goes with this build. But I decided to use the green tractor because it was in my color scheme. I thought about using the yellow one, but when I was trying to think of how to do a hayride, other than just the hay bed, I wasn't sure exactly how to make it look like it was a trailer with hay on it that, you know, that you could sit on. And so I saw that someone used the tire toys to look like tires, like the hay bales were, or hay beds were on little carts with wheels. And so I used the yellow version of the tire toys, and because of that, I didn't want it to be too yellow, so that's why I added the green tractor. And I had to adjust my path so I could put that tree down, but I think I ended up changing the large cedar tree to a large hardwood tree because it was just a little bit shorter and it didn't cut off like the view quite as much. I think my favorite tree to use other than the large hardwood is the large cedar. I just love using stunted trees so much, and I could have added the wheat fields to every single tile in this hay field, but I decided to just dot them around so that it didn't cover up the build too much. I wanted you to be able to see the hayride and the hay bale carts, trailers, whatever you want to call them. So I did not add wheat fields to every single tile, but I did want it to be full and to look like a hay field, so I did add quite a few. And I had only been using the really light color of wheat field, but I brought in the green version as well on this build because I just thought that the variation of colors looked nice. But I also didn't know whether I should put one trailer of hay or two, and I decided to go with two. And I didn't know whether I should just have the tire toys in the front or if I should add them to the back. Yeah, this was just a build that I've never done before, so I wasn't so sure, but I decided that it would make more sense to add them on both sides. So hopefully, you know, it gets the point across that it is a hayride, and we'll see when I bring my helper in if he can tell what it is. I did have to adjust my wheat fields a bit because they weren't quite in the right spot. I wish that you could pull and push the wheat fields like you can other items that you place, but you cannot, sadly. So they go where they want to go. And I did add a windmill to this area because I thought that it made sense, and I brought the barbed wire fence into this build because every time I've seen a hayfield, it has been surrounded by barbed wire fence. So that is the fence that I went with. But I have been in hayfields before, and it definitely can trigger some hay fever and allergies, that's for sure. But I was just hoping that this cliff in the front here didn't cut off the view and the build too much. I had this cliff from my entrance, and so I don't know if I should have maybe put this build behind the orchard or if this was a good place for it. I also put that tree down and it kind of covered up the hayride a bit too much, so I decided to move it. It was just too tall and covered it up too much, so I added a few more bushes instead, just so that I didn't cut off the view too much. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with how this build came out. For not knowing what I was doing or how to do a hayride, I think it's turned out pretty cute. But I have had some questions and from my channel members just to be able to talk some more about myself and to be able to have some topics to talk about during my voiceovers when I have nothing else to talk about. And so one question was how I got into ACNH and how I came to love it. And so during COVID, my family, of course, was stuck inside like everybody else. And my daughter asked if we could get the game. I didn't know anything about it at the time. We had never played Animal Crossing in any other version. And so we decided to get the game. And I had played Minecraft with my friend for several years and we were kind of burnt out on playing Minecraft together. So we decided to get Animal Crossing just to have another game to play. And, we had tried Roblox and Minecraft and we're just kind of burnt out. So we tried Animal Crossing and I had some islands with my kids and we really enjoyed playing together. And it was just a fun way to play as a family. And the more I decorated and the more villagers I got, the more I fell in love with it. I love decorating in this game so much, but I also love brand new islands, brand new maps to find, and villager hunting, and I love everything about this game, mostly. There are definitely some things that frustrate me, but I just love doing different islands and different themes, and I love doing them fast because I'm always ready for the next theme and the next challenge. So I would love to know what you guys love about this game and how you came to love it as well, because I'm assuming if you're watching you love Animal Crossing like I do. But we are pretty much done with this build here. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please let me know what you think in the comments, if you think I should add another row of fruit trees to the orchard area, or if you're doing a fall island, if you're participating in the Friendsgiving collaboration or the following challenge. I would love to know. And thank you so much for watching. Thank you to all my members. I appreciate you so much, and I hope that you guys enjoyed, and we will see the finished product in just a moment when I bring in my helper. And we are done, and I have my helper here.
Hello.
You ready to see it?
Yeah.
Okay. So I did this area right here.
Oh, that's cute.
Can you tell what it is?
A bakery shop.
Can you read the sign? It's a
Farmer's market.
Yeah, it's a little bit hard to read because
I can't read
of the pixels, but it
does.
does.
I can read.
You can read? I thought you said you can't.
What? Who said that? What?
And then this, can you guess what this is?
An orchard.
Very good.
I understand it.
What about this right here?
Hay bale farm thing.
Can you see the, tires?
Yeah? Question mark?
Does it make sense?
No. I'm confused.
It's a hayride.
Oh.
Does it?
It took me a minute.
Does it make sense?
It took me a minute.
It took you a minute?
Or two.
Okay, well, I tried.
I tried to think, but that didn't work out for the either of us, so.
Well, there's not a trailer in this game.
Says who?
Everyone?
Oh.
There's a garden wagon, but I was thinking to myself. Anyways. So yeah, I did this farmer's market build, and I just had enough time to also build the orchard. And look, I have some free tiles with nothing on them.
Ooh.
How about them apples?
How about what? What?
So there's 3 rows of trees here, right?
Yeah.
Do you think I should add another row?
I mean, you can if you want.
Yeah.
If your heart truly desires.
If my heart truly desires.
That's what I've been saying now.
Okay. Alright, well, we're gonna say bye now.
Okay, bye. Make sure you like and subscribe.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.